Hey there everybody, this is Stacy with Plaid Elephant Workouts, and today we are going to do a short arm workout that would be great for you to do either after a walk or maybe just having a day where you just want to get some arm exercises in. I am going to actually go with a little bit heavier today because we do have some bicep work we're doing. So normally I recommend 2, 3, 4, or 5 pounds. That's just my style. If you're opting to go a little bit heavier because you're at that weight, then by all means just go for it. To get started, we're just going to do a quick warm-up, which also involves a little bit of leg work. But you're going to bring your hands right in front to a prayer position and step the legs out a little bit wider than hip width apart and toes slightly turned out. Squeeze the glute muscles, and then we're going to bend into one leg, reach the arms forward, and then bring it back. And then over to the other side, bring it back. Once you get a little bit of a rhythm going, just keep that reach going. Remember, we're here to warm up the arms, so we really want to extend them nice and long so that they can feel nice and warmed up for our work. Out, back in, out, back in. This way we get the heart rate up a little bit with a little bit of leg work as well. Keep pushing off the floor into your heels as you reach forward, forward, and forward. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, and reach. Keep that reach going. Reach. Last 2 and 1. Good. Zigzag your feet so that they're a little bit closer together and hold your arms down by your sides, and then sweep the arms forward and then bring them back down. So palms face towards me as you bring them forward and then downward on the way back. Reach forward, forward, and 5 more. And last 1. All right, good job. The last thing we'll do to get the arms warm up is actually just do a faux bicep curl using just the hands in front here and bending at the elbow, waking up those muscles without any weights at all. Let's go for 8 more just to make sure our arms are nice and warmed up, and add in a heel raise. 2 more and 1. All right, great job. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back, and you want to go with your heavier weight first if you're going to use that. And as I mentioned, we're going to do a bicep exercise and then repeat it. And the second one we'll repeat it with a little bit of balance worked in. Bring your hands to the outsides so that your knuckles face outward. And again, you want to keep your shoulders relaxed here, feet pressing into the floor but still able to wiggle your toes so that our legs are feeling nice and strong. And then just curl up and down. Now I want to add in a little bit of variety today, as I mentioned, just working on some balance while you do your arm work. And it's especially challenging when we're holding a heavier weight because we're throwing off the balance a little bit. So if you do not feel comfortable, you do not have to do that balance part. Lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the arms down. Now I want to make sure that you haven't started clenching up your shoulders. And I also want to make sure that we're not swinging the arms. So let's slow everything down a little bit. Take your leg, one of your legs, and lift it up with a bent knee, and then just balance right here. Once you feel comfortable, maybe you want to keep your foot a little bit lower to the floor if you'd like, or you can bring it back all the way down. Take your hands to the top of the weights so that they're hanging down. And you're going to grip that top with your fingers. Lift that leg if you're going to, and then nice and slow, curl up and lower down. It's almost a feeling as if you were walking and holding two cans and bringing them over to some company. And lift and lift. And again, if you feel a little bit wobbly, you can always take that bent leg and place it on the floor. Otherwise, keep working on your balance. You see, even there, I teetered a little bit because I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. Not a good trait for a fitness instructor, but you know what? That's okay. We're not perfect. Last two and one, and then lower down. All right, so that one was with us holding the weights just like that. We're going to flip them over into a traditional bicep curl, but then lift our other leg and work on the balance again. So again, start off resetting every time. Lift one leg. Bring your hands in front so the palms face forward, and then just lift, lift. Nice and slow and steady. Focus on one thing in front of you. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Some days our balance is not as good as others, but that's okay. I'm going to switch now to the lighter weight. So you can take that down. And again, we're going to play with holding them from the top, a little bit different today. Take one leg behind so you're more in a staggered position. So the feet started parallel, one leg back, almost as if you're in a stretch position. And zip the weights right in front and lower down out to the sides. So front view is zip up, lower down, bring it up, lower down. And we will challenge the balance again on the second side. Up and up. The second exercise that we're going to do is bring your feet in parallel position, and again press into the floor. Bring the weights right in front, and again I'm holding them by the ends. And we're going to do some zip ups. Lower down. Zip up. Lower down. Up. And lift. Lift nice and slow in your movements. And the second part of this one we're going to make into a little bit of a Pilates stance. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your heels in completely locked together so you feel those heels actively pressing towards each other. Automatically the legs tighten a little more, glutes tighten. And same thing, bring the weights in front and do your zip ups just like this. Actively squeezing the legs the whole time. Lift. And again, if you stuck with that heavier weight and it's too much, you can always swap it out. Last 2 and 1. Good, lower all the way down. The last exercise we're going to do is going to be more for the triceps, and I'm going to do an overhead extension. Taking one leg behind and turn the foot out, bend into your front leg slightly, weights up overhead, and keep your elbows raised. Feel that nice stretch in the waist that automatically came to us. And then slowly lower down, press back up. Lower down, press, down, lift, and lift. And I want to challenge the balance again on this one. In 3, 2, and 1. Bring the weights all the way down. Lift the heel off the floor, and then still continue to face your foot outward, and then all the way up, lower down, lift, lift, lift. Maybe you feel a little bit more stretch at the waist here, but just having the heel off the floor maybe gets us to act and work a little bit differently with the muscles. And last one, all the way up, and bring it all the way up and around. Okay, so we're going to get the other leg back, and again facing outward. And the last exercise that we're going to do is a little bit of shoulders. Holding the weights in your hands, I want you to lift side, lower down. So let me stand front facing towards you, lift side, lower, up and lower, up and up, lift, lift. The second set, we're going to hold the weights at the ends again and lift the heel. And last two and one. Good. So lift the heel, and again, the leg placement is the same, but we just have the heel lifted and turned outward. So let me just check there. It's correct. Hold your weights by the end, and then lift side, lower down, lower down. You can see I have a little bit of a defect on my left shoulder. It's just got a little bit of wear and tear there. But I find holding the weights this way actually helps that a little bit. I do feel them burning, as I'm sure you do. Last two. Last one. Good. And I will say, if you stuck with the 3 pounds on that one, just because we don't want to weigh the wrist down too much. However, just adding that variation might be a nice little change for your arm work. Let's stretch everything out to finish. And again, place your hands down by your sides and your feet are pressed into the floor. Slowly roll down. And then grab the back of your legs just to stretch the arms a little bit behind, but also give the legs a stretch. As you roll up slowly, take the hands behind, either fingertips near each other or actually clasping the hands together, and then pull the arms back, pulling the shoulder blades together for a nice stretch. And release down. Roll your shoulders back nice and slow and deliberately, so you really feel the rounding in the back, rounding in the shoulders, and then bring them forward. All right, and then we'll take one tricep stretch to finish. So arm comes up, grab your elbow, pat yourself on the back that you took this extra time for a little bit of arm work. Strong arms will help you in your walking, as well as our daily activities. And then slowly take it down and roll it up into a nice deep breath and exhale out. All right, so thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment below if you're not subscribed. Of course, we always ask for subscribers because it does help in the efforts that we're making to try to educate you and to have you feeling great every day. Thank you and have a nice day.